Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and today I'll be showing you all these guys on my customized ideal taking place. I'll start with the ones I did first, and then the ones I did last of what I did with them. So I'll just put them all when I did them all. Okay, so naturally, I started with Thomas, and I finished with him first, so let's start with Thomas, shall we? So, if you don't know, this is the licensed sounds take along Thomas. This guy, I got him on Amazon a couple years back. And if you saw my collection video, you will have seen this guy pop up in it. Yes, I believe so. And so basically, for what I did for this guy, the main thing you saw was the wheels. Gave him a MAC coat. I kind of touched up on his eyebrows too. And I touched up on the cap roof because I never liked how Tekkenlon did it. You know, they left a bit of a blue border around it. I didn't like that. So I did that. Now, if you're wondering how exactly I got this Thomas to how it is right now, I first gave him a MAC coat. I don't know many. I think I still got the empty one. Yeah, I still got the empty one. I did a MAC coat for all these guys. I plan to always do MAC coats. Unless an engine needs like a little gloss. So I might use a semi-focus one. So I first gave them a MAC coat. And then I worked on the wheels instead of cap roof. So I just took this silver paint pencil, and I just went at his wheels. And honestly, I think they turned out really good. Okay, and the other thing, I may just did the eyebrows, wheels, and the cap roof, if you couldn't tell. Cap roof, for the paint I'm using, along with this being die-cast, I could only do thin coats. So I had to do 3 thin coats in order to get this solid. Which is, yeah, surprising. Thin coats normally take a lot, but 3 thin coats work for me. Excuse me. So yeah, this is my more ideal take-along Thomas. I guess take-along / take play. You could use either one. But yeah, just my ideal. If you wonder what this means, or like what this little series is, it's basically how I think take-along should. It's basically what if take-along the extra details a bit. Boom. It just makes the take-along so much better. Look, it looks so much better just on the side profile. Okay, for some reason my camera does not want to focus. Yeah, my camera does not want to focus for some stupid reason. Okay, there we go. I thought it was just too close. So yeah, basically my ideal take-along Thomas is like this. Just mix the take and play and just a few added details. Also, if you're wondering, most of these guys are being left and they're played like the wear and tear bit. So as you can tell by the core bungle, if you can't even see that. Yeah, I don't think you can really see that too well. Okay, for some reason my camera does not want to focus. But this little chip right here, and more load chip. I believe this. Yeah, this load chips on the side tanks. If wondering why I'm not touching those up, because I want these guys to show. Because for my series that I'm kind of doing with these guys, it's more or less, what if a little kid was making them? Basically, you're just a little kid again, just playing with your take along, just take a play, just coming along the story as you go. So yeah, on that's my Thomas. Next up, Posse. I did this guy second. Actually, I believe I did Toby second. No, never mind. Yeah, I did Toby second, but I'm going to touch on my Pussy. So, I did Pussy second. Because why not? I thought yeah, you know what I mean. So, basically, same as Thomas, this is a take-along Pussy. Just with the cap white painted, along with the cold bungle painted black. Because that looks so much better. It being gray. As you can see, my Pussy didn't actually have eyebrows when I got him. So I gave him some eyebrows. So give me a quick. Okay, so there we go. Small line on the ground. So I gave him eyebrows. The eyes are gonna stay as is. The whistle is probably most definitely gonna stay in its current condition. Yeah, that's the most. Because this is camera spin. There is chipping on around the lining. For some reason, my camera does not want to focus now. There we go. So as you can see, does well on the lining. Does well on the cold buckle by painting that black. Because I think it looks better. One thing I can't refix is that wheel. That wheel is kind of will signify of how much that this was played with. Or that it was dropped on the ground off this wheel specifically. But yeah, so basically, Silas Thomas, matte coats, wheels, wait for them dry, and then the cap move. Along with the cold uncle, because that looks so much better. His eyebrows already bring down, but that's fine. Excuse me. Now, on to Toby. Very all I did for Toby is a matte coat and the wheels. Nothing really much to say about Toby. He was very simple. As you can see, he does have still have the wheel on him. I don't plan on fixing it. I plan just for most of my engine, like I said, the story is set in like the theme is a little child, like a child is telling you is saying the story of the kind of being taking place or take-ons. So yeah, that is Toby. Next up, Devious Diesel. If you're wondering, I'm only doing the characters that will appear in my series. So for Diesel, matte coat, wheels, and I did something a little extra for him. I don't know if you could kind of tell the camera, but I excuse me, sorry, weathered him. Actually, I did weather Diesel. You can't really see it that well on camera. I have yeah, I do. Let's see if this helps. That does not help at all. Okay, yeah, that does not help at all. But yeah, so what I did, I just took a normal take and play. Is it a take and play or take along? I don't remember. I think it's take along. I gave him a matte coat. That was the first thing I planned on doing with this guy, giving him a matte coat. I guess well, these all is supposed to have a matte coat. And then I worked on the wheels. At least this side of the wheels. Excuse me. And then I actually added some paint. Yeah, you can't really see it that well. You can't really see it that well on camera, at least. If my camera will focus. As you can see, you can't really see it, but you can see some of it, but not all of it. I added a little bit on the back, maybe just on the windows. The main places I added it were right here, the step ladders, and the vents, along with the actual ladders. That's the main places where I did the weathering to Diesel. Anyways, that's Diesel. Now on with Edward. So for Edward, basically same as Toby, more or less, not really. But so basically, I guess same as Thomas technically. So Maccoat did his wheels, and then did his cap roof. You can actually see some of the blemishes, the chips on it. If you're wondering why you can, I did not send out the cap roof. I didn't send out any of these models on either of these two. So if you look hard enough, you could probably see the actual like areas with the paint chipped. I don't care. It just shows that it was played with. Also, yeah, as you can see, the lamp has some chipping. If you look hard enough on the lip of the cap roof, you can see it chipping. But yeah. Anyways, I'm now going to tell you guys about what I plan to do for this little series. So, this series is gonna basically take place as in a child's, well, I guess, living room. And if you were wondering, and, well, I guess I should bring up a valid point. Well, am I going to get well, how many engines am I going to be doing in this style? Well, as of right now, the main 7 plus Diesel. I might throw in a few more characters here and there. That's if I can find any way to fit them into the story. But yeah, so it's more or less if I can fit them into the story, then I will add them. But anyways, of how I'm going to do this. I'm going to be doing this basically of how I think any child would do this. So basically on the phone, recording, and if you're wondering if I'm going to use take a play track, or take a long track, I'm not going to. I want this to be as much as the child is doing this, because I know that a lot of children did not have a chance to get take a play track when they were kids, me included. So this is more or less how I think they will do it. I'm obviously going to get dealers such as Henry Golden James. I'm also going to get a Edward Tendall to give to this guy. But once I get those, if you're wondering how I'm going to do the track, well, kids tend to be very creative of how they do little bits like that. So I'm gonna do it as if a kid was making their own track. And I know I did this when I was a kid. I know, and for some of you can agree with me that, in fact, I can probably grab something right now to show, like, exactly of what you can use. Excuse me. Jesus Christ. a box. Yes, I'm kind of using a box for the track. Or more or less cutting up the box, and then you adding some marble to it. So yeah, that's what I plan on doing for my little series. If you got any like ideas of how I could improve it to be more like a kid is actually telling you the story, I would love to hear it. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. If you want to tell me about, just leave it in the comments. But other than that, that's M-Trains. This video for today. Like, comment, subscribe if you want to. Well, I do want to hear your suggestions, so feel free to leave a comment. Feel free to like and subscribe if you want to. Because if you don't, you might not get to see this series. It really just depends on how much time I got. But if I got enough time to do it, I'll happily do that series along with all the rest of you guys completed. If you guys want to hear an update on how the series is gonna go, feel free to comment. But anyways, that's M-Train's video for today. Signing off. Have a good rest of your day, everyone. Bye.